Hello everyone. I'm so glad you have joined me today. For today's project, I am focusing still on masculine cards, and I thought I would show you, everybody uses this for the ocean. I'm going to show you how you can use this stamp set and create a meadow type scene. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. Okay, so for this card, I'm using the Oceanfront stamp set. I'm using this, and this stamps from it. I am using the Trucking Along stamp set, and I'm using the tree. I've used that tree so much. Okay, my ink colors are Balmy Blue, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Mossy Meadow, Shaded Spruce. I'm also using the Pecan Pie and the Garden Green markers. I'm going to add some gems, and I'm not certain which ones, but I've pulled the brush metallic. It's going to depend on which one looks best with it. For my card, I need a piece of white that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm not certain which color will be my background, but they're all 4 by 5 1/4. And I've got Granny Apple Green, Balmy Blue, and Garden Green. So it depends on which one it looks best with. And then I have a piece of white that's 3 3/4 by 5. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pause your computer, cut your paper, and join me. So let's get started, and the first thing I have to do is I have to take and stamp my scene. So I'm taking my 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm going to start with my sky. All right, and my sky is going to be Balmy Blue. All right, and you can easily adapt this and make this a nighttime scene. You know, a sunset. That would be very pretty done this way. All right, let me put this on, and I'm going to go right about there, and I have to watch. I've got a spot right there in the middle that doesn't like to. It's probably because I don't have a mat underneath. All right, so there's that. The next thing I have is my not water, but this is going to be my meadow, and I'm going to take, oops, wrong color. I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to stamp it. I love finding ways to use my stamps in other ways. Like this is an ocean, but who would have thought you could have done a meadow with it? All right, so I've got that. All right, so there. And now I'm going to take my Garden Green and the other image, and I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to put this down at an angle, and I'm making sure I overlap. Oop, I missed it. All right, if that happens, don't re-ink it. Just slide it up a little bit and stamp over it, and see, nobody knows but you and I. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm going to take Mossy Meadow, and this is where Evening Evergreen would have been really good. I'm going to add some grass, and see, you won't really see the fact that I missed those spots. So I've added some grass. All right, and now for our trees. And I need my Garden Green pad, which is here. And I need my markers. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color my stem, or trunk, I should say. It is a tree, it's a trunk. And then I'll color the leaves. And this does the outline. All right, and I'm going to stamp that right about there. And I did come down some. This is a really big tree, so I wanted it down a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to add another one. But what I will do is I'm going to take my marker and color in my trunk. Then I'm going to take my garden green. Now you can mask this if you want. I don't think you need to. All right. And I'm going to stamp that down like so. And there we have our scene. Isn't that great? Now, you can add a sentiment down here. I'm not going to because I don't know how I'm going to use it. But what I do need to decide is which color am I going to put it on. So let's start with the Granny Apple Green. That doesn't look bad. Sometimes you can eliminate a color. That one's nice. All right, I've got to look at it again. I've got to see which one makes it pop. I like the balmy blue, so I'm going with the balmy blue. So now I'm going to add this to my card base, or not my card base, my panel of balmy blue. And this is bigger, you know, it's a bigger panel. If you want it smaller, cut it smaller. I'm good with it this way. And I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. And I'm going to add this to my card base. I'm going to put my pin in just because I don't want my precision tip container to clog up. All right, so there we have it. Now we have to decide which gems are we going to use. All right, let's see what looks best. And I have some of these somewhere else but I can't find them. All right, so there's the gold. There's the copper. I don't like that, so it's down to the gold and the copper. The gold. Let me move it down. I think I'm going to use the copper. There's something about the copper that appeals to me. So now I'm going to take your pick tool, and I need to fix this. I'm going to take a large one, and I'm going to put it there, and a small one, and another small one. And down at the bottom, I'm going to put a large and a small. So it kind of draws your eye across. And there's the masculine card for today. And make sure you do the inside and your envelope to carry that theme all the way through. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you with an idea for a masculine card. I'd love to see what you create. Leave me a comment and let me know if you like this idea of using this stamp set as a meadow rather than the ocean or water. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel using the button below. I would really appreciate it. I hope I share with you ideas that you can use. Pull out your supplies. I use what I have. You use what you have. If you don't have what I have, see what you have that will work. That's my whole goal, is to get you to use what you have and to stamp. Thanks for visiting. Have a sensational Sunday. Bye.